¿Cuántas veces en la vida te van a dar la oportunidad para hablar con una actriz de renombre sobre mascotas? Es momento de agradecerle a Disney. Divertidísima la charla con Bryce Dallas Howard. Como Disney Plus estrenó el documental Mascotas, que habla sobre varias familias que tienen distintos animales y qué significados tienen estos animales para sus familias, pude hablar con Bryce Dallas Howard, que estuvo a cargo de esta producción. Y ya que estamos, le pregunté cuál era su animal favorito.
We now return to Mira Akien and Contré with our latest interview.
I want to start with a thing I wanted to say about this, that is that you can believe the people that you are interviewing are real people because you can see the hairs in the clothes that they are wearing. That's something that everyone who has a pet knows and can understand. I can relate to. Pets granted me a new personal record. 10 seconds and I was already crying because of the weird guy that you showed at the first part of the documentary. How did you choose the beats to give the documentary its rhythm?
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. I mean, so funny that you noticed the hairs on everyone. And it is sort of, it's an easy way to spot someone who has pets if they're covered in fur in some way, shape, or form.
Do you like talking about your pets?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? This is a film all about the friendship we share with our pets.
Yes.
I love pets. I love pets so much. I grew up with pets. I have pets now. I feel very just obsessed with pets in general. I love pet videos. I love talking to kids about their pets. And then of course, you know, there are so many extraordinary people in the world doing remarkable things, especially in the rescue space. And so, you know, getting to kind of depict their stories and share their work was such a joy and such a privilege. So, you know, while yes, tears in the first 10 seconds are okay, as long as they're happy tears.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for
I do
sure,
want this to feel good. We need that. We need that badly.
Yeah, they were happy tears, I think mostly throughout the documentary.
An animal just loving you unconditionally makes a connection with you just can't break.
Do you have a favorite animal, extinct or alive, that you like the most?
Oh my gosh. Favorite animal, extinct or alive, that I love the most. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm saying in my head right now, Brachiosaurus. That's just what's coming to my mind. I'm sorry.
My favorite dinosaur is a dinosaur of which I don't know its name anymore. When I was a kid, it was the Brontosaurus. Then I found out it was the Brachiosaurus. Then apparently a month ago, it became the Brontosaurus again. I might be wrong about that. And then my 8-year-old son said that it was an Apatosaurus all along. So that is my favorite dinosaur.
And part of this is definitely related to this movie because a dog that I had growing up was named Littlefoot. And we named her after the Brachiosaurus in Land Before Time. And Littlefoot was a total legend. And she literally saved my brother's life. She pulled him when he was really young. He got caught in a snowdrift and it was a blizzard. And we couldn't find him. And she was barking, like got us, everything. And then she dove in and pulled him out.
Some things you see with your eyes. Others you see with your heart.
A new adventure is born. Land Before Time.
So Littlefoot might be a favorite movie of yourself, but you have maybe another one, favorite animal movie?
Oh, a favorite animal movie?
Yeah.
I mean, there are many. I've watched Milo and Otis so many times. It's not even funny. I absolutely love Milo and Otis. It's about a cat and a little pug going on an adventure together. I mean, it's kind of, I'm a sucker for anything with animals in it. I'm just leaning in. One of my best friends did a movie called A Dog's Purpose, where he did the voice for the character Josh Gad. And I mean, that's a beautiful film, an absolutely beautiful film. I mean, there's so many.
It was really nice to have this constant companion. I was no longer alone.
How do you cope with the emotional parts of those films? Because I don't know if you're aware of the Does the Dog Die website that allows you to have this trigger warning things for you. You can know which movies are like going to show maybe a dog dying or whatever. How do you cope with that?
That is a great question and a very real issue. And that's something that I grappled with in this, because, you know, if I'm making a documentary about pets and I want it to be a comedy and I want it to be uplifting and celebratory and have kids and all of that, great. But to not address pet loss felt like, you know, I was missing a huge part of the dynamic. My grandfather had a saying that we still use, which is that you can't separate the pain from the pleasure. And, you know, the reason why we miss animals so much when they pass is because we love them so much. And so folks who love pets, who say to me like, oh, can I see the movie? I don't know. I'm scared. I don't want to see a pet die. What I assure them is that, we were very careful to not sucker punch anyone, to, you know, if there was a pet who passed, start by speaking about them in the past tense so that you're already prepared for it. You're not sort of like the rug is pulled out from underneath you. The sucker punch moments have good endings. You know, when you're like nervous, there are like, it works out. That was very important to me. And then the other thing is that there's nothing that I talk about or deal with in this movie that I didn't discuss with a 6-year-old. You know, I talk to young children about everything in this movie, and interviewing kids about pet loss was actually very healing for me. And I was like, oh, wow, you deal with this much more maturely than adults do. And in part, it's because they can talk about their feelings. They can still kind of contain both feelings at the same time, like the continuation of that gratitude, you know, for the existence of that love. And also, of course, while still feeling the absence, you know, it was really enlightening to talk to kids about that. And yeah, and I want this to be something that people can be confident when they're watching, that it won't traumatize them.
Yeah,
you know,
happy tears.
Like, yeah. Very, very, very important.